Okay. Okay. So very good morning to everyone. Welcome to the demo session of Salesforce Revenue Cloud. So this Revenue Cloud is a combination of Salesforce CPQ and billing. Okay. Okay. So let me give you a short introduction about me. So my name is Rishabh. I have total 5+ years of experience in Salesforce, 3+ years of experience in Revenue Cloud, sales, CPQ and billing. I have total 10 Salesforce.com certification that includes CPQ specialist and Revenue Cloud consultant as well. I am an all-star Trailhead Ranger. Okay. Okay. So let's review the content, or let's review the topic that we are going to discover or discuss today in today's demo session. So first, I am going to give you a brief introduction on Salesforce CPQ, what CPQ is, how CPQ works, why there is need of Salesforce CPQ. Then we are going to check how do we configure and grant permission to CPQ. Then we are going to check the Salesforce CPQ process flow, how the complete uh, lead to quote process flow works in Salesforce with Sales Cloud plus Salesforce CPQ, and then QLE overview. This QLE stands for quote line editor. So that is a standard functionality in Salesforce CPQ. So that again, we are going to have a small look onto that. Okay, so let's start with the introduction. Before the introduction, let's discuss about the prerequisite. What are the prerequisites to learn CPQ and Revenue Cloud? So the first thing, you should be you should have an admin 201 certification. It is recommended, but again, it is not mandatory. And then the basic knowledge of Sales Cloud. So you should have basic knowledge of admin functionality, how declarative functionality or how the admin stuff work in Salesforce. And you also should have some basic knowledge of Sales Cloud. Who are our target audience? Anyone who is interested in learning CPQ. Okay, so before we start, or before we dig deep into CPQ stuff, how do you create a playground or a developer org where you will get the CPQ package pre-installed? So whatever we learn going forward, or whatever topics we will cover, you can recreate those topics, or you can start learning on your own, or you can practice on those topics in the playground or developer org. So you can use this link. Let me open this link, and I will also share this link in the meeting chat. Okay, so this is the link. Using this link, what you can do, you can just have to provide your basic information, first name, last name, email address. All these fields are required, and you just have to click on sign me up. Once all these information are filled, okay, you would be able to create or you will get a developer org. In that developer org, you can see the CPQ package would be pre-installed there. CPQ data would be populated there, and the license, CPQ license, that will remain active for 90 days. Okay, so let me jump into, okay, let's jump into some normal coding challenge that an organization or a company faces. So generating accurate code is still a biggest challenge to many companies. So the primary focus of Salesforce CPQ is to generate accurate code that would be that would follow the business logic, and that would be time saving for sales rep and customer both. There are still some coding challenges that many organizations and many companies face. First one is product and prices are maintained offline, with either they are maintaining products or their prices in an Excel or a Word file. Then the prices of products changes. There can be a scenario every month, the product you sell, the product you sell or your company sell, the price of those products can change every month. If we store that information online, again, it is hard to maintain. Then suppose if there are a product, large product catalogs governed by complex business and technical rules. Now, suppose you are selling a desktop. For the desktop, or if you want, or if a customer wants to assemble a desktop, there are multiple parts. There are hardware, like inside hardware, there would be RAM, there would be motherboard, there would be graphics card, and a lot of stuff. There can be a scenario, a certain processor and a certain graphics card are not compatible with each other. Now, it is not necessary like a sales rep is always a technical person who is aware of all these complexity of business rule or technical rules. While quoting, he can make an error, and then once it go to the order fulfillment team, the order will not be able to fulfill. So to ignore these type of scenarios, what Salesforce CPQ has, has some pre-built or some inbuilt functionality that we can utilize to govern business and technical rules. Then unorganized or offline email approval process. With Salesforce CPQ, there is an additional package called advance approval. If you want, or if our organization want, they can pay some extra amount and also go for advance approval package. That advance approval package gives you a lot of what I guess additional benefits on the existing approval process that we have in Salesforce. Okay. Another challenge while quoting is sales rep inability of sales rep to self-service. There can be a scenario where sales rep are not aware of each and every functionality, each and every business rule or technical rules, the product, the discounting mechanism. Those can be stored offline, or those information would be there with the manager or the people with the higher level in the role hierarchy. But in Salesforce CPQ, what we can do, we can build term-based discount, we can build product or quantity based discount. We can add consumption schedule. Like if we have a usage product, if a customer is using a product, or if a customer is using certain amount of product, like how much a customer needs to pay, all those information would be available in one platform where the sales rep can just click some button and get all the information. Again, like a code document, if the code document is generated manually, it will bring a lot of inconsistency and branding issue. So suppose for a big organization, what a sales rep is doing, he has a code document or a code template on a Word file. And every time he's adding any product, if he's trying to sell some product, what he's doing, he's updating the same Word file with the customer's need. Now, the first thing is there could be a human error. Second thing, that code template needs to be updated by sales rep every month. Now, if we have 10 or 50 of 10 or 20 sales rep, it can be an issue like a sales rep is using sales rep 1 is using a different format and sales rep 2 is using a different format. But if we implement Salesforce CPQ, all sales rep would be limited or not limited. All sales rep will be bound to use the updated template. Okay, next one is missed opportunity to increase deal size. So Salesforce CPQ help us to cross-sell, upsell, suggest recommended product to the customer, and a lot of other functionality as well. Now, missing place to store data and report. Now, Salesforce has its own database. You can use SOQL to fetch data from Salesforce. You can also create reports and dashboard in Salesforce. So if all your data is on Salesforce platform, then it is very easy to report on that particular data. Now, the last thing is financial impact of making things right when there is a error made, or where there is a coding error is made. So what Salesforce CPQ does, Salesforce CPQ minimal the chances of human error. Because the Salesforce CPQ, we can govern all our business rules and technical rules using the standard CPQ functionality, and it minimal the chances of human error or any other pricing issues. So to overcome these challenges, Salesforce has introduced CPQ. How does CPQ work? CPQ works as an add-on to our existing Sales Cloud. Once we install the Salesforce CPQ package, it will work as an add-on to our sales cloud application. Now, what it does, it allows user to focus on customer instead of pricing, discount, calculation, and promotions. So what will happen? Like, let's take an example. Same example. Let's say your organization sells or assemble desktop. Now a customer, your organization is situated in Delhi. N- Now a customer calls from anywhere from UP. He is asking a sales rep like he is interested to buy or he is interested to assemble a below um, or a specific desktop or specific gaming PC. He is giving the information like this is the RAM I want, this is the processor I want, this is the everything I want. Now, what if the sales rep is not aware of each and everything? It will not look good or it will not present a good impression to the customer. If a sales rep is not aware about pricing, discounting, he would be looking like he would be saying, okay, just give me 1 minute, let me check this for you. And he will be putting customer on hold again. And then he will be reaching out either to his manager or to other sales rep, like how these things are set up in backend. Okay. If we have everything in online in one place, when once the customer calls, sales rep just click on the product, click on some additional button, get all the details, all the relevant information for the customer. Now, guiding users through a consistent process of selecting best product for the customer. Now, Salesforce CPQ uh, provide a inbuilt functionality of guided selling. If you have hundreds and thousands of products, okay, selecting a perfect product for your customer sometime could be challenging. So what we can do, we can provide or we can set up guided selling in CPQ. What that guided selling will do, it will ask a series of questions. Those series of questions are based on the answer of those series of questions, correct product will be displayed. Now, suppose a customer wants to buy a laptop, but he's not sure which laptop will meet his requirement. So what sales rep will do? Sales rep will ask some generic question like what is the hard disk you want in your laptop? What would be the processor? And whether you want SSD or whether you want a normal hard drive. All these sort of questions he will ask. Based on the answer from the customer, what Salesforce CPQ do? Salesforce CPQ show some recommended product or best product to the customer. Enforcing business and technical rule to ensure complete and valid configuration. So as I told you earlier, Salesforce CPQ provides us pricing rule, product rule. Using those rules, we can create a product that would completely follow the technical logic as well as our business flow. Okay, now ensuring the latest product and pricing data is always available and used to prepare code. Okay, so if we use Salesforce CPQ, everything would be there in cloud. Once we update price for a product, the pricing would be updated for all the sales rep. So it assure like all the sales rep are using correct pricing. Then Salesforce CPQ does, it helps us in managing discounting and approval. Salesforce CPQ provide a list of inbuilt functionality that we can use to manage discount and approval. Then generating dynamic proposal document with consistent branding, content, and structures. So as I told you earlier, like if the sales reps are generating documents manually, there could be consistency between the document generated by two separate sales rep or two different sales rep. But if we use the template from CPQ, all the documents that have been generated by the sales rep will have consistent branding, content, and structure. So these are the some basic reason why business are opting or why you should recommend CPQ to your existing client or to a new customer who is already using a Salesforce org. Now let's take a look what Salesforce CPQ is exactly is. So the CPQ, three letters C, P, and Q. The CPQ stands for configure, price, and quote. CPQ software by Salesforce is a sales tool for company to provide accurate pricing with any given product configuration scenario. CPQ application take into account optional features, customization, count quantities, discount, allowing sales rep to quote prices quickly and accurately. Salesforce CPQ gives your sales team an easy to use software available on any device because of its cloud-based platform. And since it is hosted with the Sales Cloud platform, it gives you a direct link to your CRM, and it will make most out of the Salesforce CPQ. There is no additional integration required between the CPQ and your Sales Cloud or CPQ and your Salesforce. You can just install a package for Salesforce CPQ and it would be all automatically integrated with your Sales Cloud. You can fetch or query or get all the information from your Sales Cloud to your CPQ package. Okay, now as we discussed, there are basically three important points in CPQ. The first one is configuration. Second one is pricing. The third one is quote itself. Okay, let's take a look on all these three major points. Okay, so configure. Using the configure option, what we can do inside CPQ, we can create products, we can create bundles, and we can create default add-ons. We can guide sales rep to pick the correct product. We can show related offers and promotion, and then we can drive business and technical rules to govern product combination. These stuffs will come under configuration. What exercise or what operations will come under pricing? So using this pricing point or using this pricing aspect of Salesforce CPQ, what we can do, we can set up our product in such a way so that we can provide relevant price for product and bundles. We can set up discounting engines in Salesforce CPQ. There are a lot of ways or different ways how we can set up discounts for different type of products. Then allow offers and promotion. So inside this pricing model or pricing aspect, we can allow how offers and promotion will work with Salesforce CPQ. And then the last one is we can allow the system to calculate the final price based on the sales user selection. So whatever sales users select, based on that, we can display the final price on our quote. Now, what is the quote? So the quote is a PDF document that will provide a details of product, service, and pricing. It also contains some terms and conditions and the legality aspects. What Salesforce CPQ has provided us, or what we can do using the Salesforce CPQ, we can create reusable template content. What do I mean by reusable template content? The content would be there. Like there would be a sample code template. Every time the branding, terms and condition, legality, everything will remain same based on the opportunity, whatever product we have added on our opportunity on code record. That product and the pricing information will change dynamically on every code document that we are sending to our customer. Okay, ability to sign online or electronic signature. Okay, there is no inbuilt functionality in Salesforce CPQ that we can use for this electronic signature. But what Salesforce CPQ provide us point and click integration with Adobe Sign and DocuSign. So anytime we can integrate our Salesforce CPQ with Adobe Sign or DocuSign, and then we can start sending our code for electronic signature. Okay. Then the last one is it produce consistent, professional, and branded quotes and proposal. So as I told you earlier, using Salesforce CPQ, we can create a content that would be an HTML based content template that would remain consistent across all your sales rep, because all your sales rep will be generating document from the same content itself. Now, let's take a look on how do we configure and how do we grant permission to CPQ. Okay, so There are some prerequisites for installing the Salesforce CPQ package. The first one is we need to enable the email deliverability to all users. So we have to go to setup, then check. So there would be two options in email deliverability: all emails, system emails, or none. Then we have to select all emails there. Then the next thing is we have to enable chatter. We have to enable orders, and then we have to enable CRM content. These four functionality needs to be enabled first before we install Salesforce CPQ package or before we configure the Salesforce CPQ package so the CPQ package can work to its fullest. Now, how do we configure? So below are the steps to configure the Salesforce CPQ, or I can say below is the most important step. What we have to do from our setup, we have to go to this install packages and then then click on configure on our Salesforce CPQ package. Once we click on configure, we will go with the CPQ configuration page will open. From that page, we have to go to this pricing and calculation tab, and then we have to click on authorize new calculation services. So let me do one thing. Let me log into my developer org and let's do the same thing. So this is my developer org. Okay, I have already installed the CPQ package in my developer org. If I click on install package, okay, so I can see Salesforce CPQ is already installed here. Let me click on configure. Still loading. So once I click on configure, the configuration page will get open. I would see different CPQ tabs and different options that I can modify, and based on that, the CPQ package will work. Okay, so here I have to go to this pricing and calculation tab. Now, if I come back to my document, what it says inside the pricing and calculation tab, click authorize new calculation services. When we install Salesforce CPQ for the first time, then only you will get an option. Here at the bottom, you will get authorize new calculation services. By default, this legacy calculator should be checked. Instead of this legacy calculator, what you have to do, you have to click on that authorize new calculation services. The reason for that, this legacy calculator that uses Apex to calculate the accurate pricing. Now, after I think the last or second last release from Salesforce, what Salesforce has mentioned, they would not, or they will no longer provide support to this legacy calculator. Okay, so we have to authorize this new calculation services. Okay, and what this new calculation service does, okay, when a user clicks on authorize new calculation service, Salesforce CPQ creates a token for the user. Salesforce CPQ uses the token and the user combination to communicate with the Heroku service that manages asynchronous calculation using the JavaScript code calculator. If the calculation service has not been authorized, org admins will see an error during the upgrade or installation of Salesforce CPQ. So whenever you try to upgrade, you will get an error. Since this now Salesforce is asking, or Salesforce is making it mandatory for all the users who are using Salesforce CPQ to use the advanced or the new calculation services. Okay, there is this article that you can also review to check. Let me share this article. This article will give you a brief on different package settings. So I'm just pinging this article. In our later session, what we are going to do, we are going to deep dive in each of these package setting in detail. Okay. Okay. Now, once suppose you have installed the Salesforce CPQ package and it's ready to use. Salesforce CPQ comes with a lot of CPQ object or lot of object that is specific to CPQ package. Now to modify these CPQ objects and fields, user must have a CPQ license. So how to give a user a license to CPQ package? Again, we have to do the same thing. From our setup, we have to go to install packages, and then for our Salesforce CPQ package, we have to click on manage license button. And then from there, we will get a list of users to whom we want to assign the package licenses, and we can select the specific user, assign license to that particular user. Now, again, after assigning the licenses, there are some permission set that needs to be assigned to a user based on their role. Based on whatever or whichever permission set they have been assigned, the user should be able to make those changes in Salesforce CPQ. So there are particularly 4 type of permission set. The first one is admin. Admin permission sets are for the users who wants to make the configuration in Salesforce CPQ. Basically, there are 2 admin, Salesforce CPQ admin user, Salesforce CPQ admin user access. These 2 permission set can be assigned to a user who would be in admin role and who would be making changes or who would be making configuration in Salesforce CPQ package. Then again, normal user. This user is for the sales user who will be using the Salesforce CPQ features to deliver service or products to customer or end user. Again, there are 2 permission set for sales user, Salesforce CPQ user and Salesforce CPQ user access permission set. Then we have this partner and customer. Partner would be for the partner who implemented Salesforce CPQ as part of their own product offering, and customer for the customers or end user who uses Salesforce CPQ services. So for partner, we have these 2 type of permission set, Salesforce CPQ partner user and Salesforce CPQ partner user access. Same thing for customer. We have these 2 permission set, Salesforce CPQ customer user and Salesforce CPQ customer user access. Okay, now let's come to Salesforce CPQ process flow. How the Salesforce CPQ work with our Sales Cloud. Okay, so as we know, in Sales Cloud or in Salesforce Sales Cloud, what is the first step of any sales deal? The first step is to create an opportunity. So we would be creating an opportunity in Sales Cloud. Then once the opportunity is created, for that particular opportunity, we would be configuring the products or we would be adding products to our opportunity. Okay. And then the pricing and discounting. So whatever a certain product, like for this product, like if a customer is a regular customer or is a loyal customer, there would be a chances we would be giving or we would be selling our product to a particularly less price, or we would be giving a greater discount to that particular customer. That thing would be done on opportunity or quote level. Like initially in Salesforce CPQ, that would be done on quote level, and then the information would be transferred from quote to opportunity. Then quote or proposal. So what we would be doing, we would be creating a PDF document with the pricing info, product and pricing information that we would be sending to our customer. Then the customer will use this online signature. Like if we have integration with Adobe Sign or DocuSign, we can send a document for online signature to our customer. If a customer agrees to buy a particular product, if he signs that particular quote and return that quote to us, then what Salesforce CPQ will do in backend, Salesforce CPQ will create contract once the deal is finalized or opportunity is closed one. From that particular contract, what we can do, we can add on additional products to that particular contract. We can amend that particular contract. And then after a certain period of time, we can renew that contract as well. Like just take an example. If your company sells subscription product, like a subscription for Netflix or any other OTT platform, a customer has purchased a subscription for 12 months. Now, after the 12 months, we have to renew that particular contract. Okay, so to renew those particular contract, Salesforce CPQ has an inbuilt functionality. Once we click on renew contract, a renewal opportunity and renewal quote would be generated. And once that renewal opportunity is generated, again, the same thing or the same cycle we need to follow. So, okay, we have discussed a lot in detail now. Now let's do one thing. Let's log in to our Salesforce developer org and let's perform a full cycle overview of these functionality, or let's have a full cycle overview of Salesforce CPQ process flow. So, okay, this is my developer org. What I'm going to do now, I am going to start fresh. By start fresh, what I mean, I will create an account. I will create an opportunity. Then I will create codes and everything from scratch. So let's start with creating an account. So in Sales Cloud, we all know like account is a customer to whom we sell our product and services. So let me name this account SV Tech Soft Demo account. That's it. And I'm going to click on save. Okay, now for this particular account, I am also creating an opportunity. I'm going to name it opportunity. That's it. Stage prospecting. Save. Okay, now what we want to do, like for this customer, we want to sell him two particular product. The first one, the first product would be, let's say, a mobile phone. And the second one is extended warranty for that particular, or not extended warranty, physical damage warranty for that particular mobile phone. So what, before creating a quote, what an admin should keep in mind, or what an admin should consider, CPQ admin, all those products has been added to your product catalog. Suppose for this particular customer, we want to sell him Samsung S23 Ultra and an additional or a physical damage warranty. What we have to make sure, all those products exist. So if I see, okay, so S23 Ultra is already there. Let's change it to S23 Plus. What we want to do, we want to sell that Samsung S23 Plus and a physical damage warranty to our customer. Now those two products are not here in our product catalog. So let's start adding those products to our product catalog. Once we add product to our product catalog, then we will add those products to our quote. So let me create the product. Yes. Okay. So this is the product name. I have to make sure this product is active. Product code. Let's may give SP. Product family. I will select hardware here, and that's it. This is what I need for now. I will click on save. Okay, so this product is created, Samsung S21 Plus. Now let's do one thing. Let's also create a product for physical damage warranty. Now this will again active. This would be a service. Okay, now the difference between the S21 Plus and this product would be, you can see this S21 is a perpetual product. Customer needs to pay only once. Like once you buy an S21 Plus cell phone or a mobile phone, it will remain with you. You only have to pay once for that particular phone, and then it would be converted to an asset, or it will become an asset for you. But this physical damage warranty, this could be for 1 year, or let me say 1 year physical damage warranty. After the 1 year, it needs to be renewed. Like if you want to utilize the warranty for the next year or for the second year, as a customer, you have to renew your warranty. You have to pay some additional amount to the company, and then the company will renew your warranty. So to configure these type of product, what we have to do, we have to make it a subscription product. And to make it a subscription product, there are some fields that we need to update. So I will change this subscription price to fixed price, subscription term to 12 months, and then there would be a subscription type field that I have to set to renewable, subscription type renewable. That's it. And now I'm going to click on save. If you see here, I have not added any pricing information on this product level or in this product record. We will discuss that in later, like how the pricing affect or where do we add pricing to this product. Now let's do one thing. Now we have our account and opportunity ready. We have our two products ready that we want to sell to our customer. So let's quickly create a quote for this particular account. So to create a quote from this opportunity, I will either go to this quote related list, click a quote from here, or I can click on new quote button and create a quote from this new quote button as well. So let's click on new here. It will ask me to select an account and opportunity. So I'm going to select the opportunity and account that we just created. Okay, now our quote record is generated. Now, how do we configure products or how do we add products to our quote? So to do that, what we have to do, we have to click on this edit line button here. Once we click on this edit line button, it will route us to a Visualforce page. Here. Okay, it will ask us to select a price book first. So I am going to select the standard price book. Then once I select the price book here, I will only be able to add products from that particular price book only. So in my developer org or in my demo org, I have only two price book, the standard price book and testing price book. So let's select standard price book here, save. Okay, now I will get this start date. So let's suppose start date is today's, end date, or let's say subscription term, I am defining 12 months. Now let me click on add products from here. So once I click on add products, I will see list of products that have been added to my standard price book. Now let's search for S21 Ultra. Oh, sorry, S21 Plus. Okay, so we have just created that product. Still, I am not able to add that product to my quote. The reason for that, what we have done, we have selected standard price book for our quote. And if you see for this product, we have not yet added this product to any of our price book. So what we have to do to make sure a product appears on the product selection page on the quote level, we must define a standard price or we must add that product to a price book that we are using for our quote. Like if we have multiple price book, like most organization, if they are selling product to different locations or different region, for each region, they might define a specific price book. Suppose if we are selling a product to India region, we will select India price book, and then whatever products we have added to that India price book, only those product will show once we click on add product. So let's do one thing. Let's quickly add a standard price for this S21 Plus product. So I am giving it $150, and then I'm going to click on save. Okay, so for S21 Plus, we have added the price of $150. Let's do the same thing for this 1 year physical damage warranty product. I'm going to click on price dimension and let's give it 20 USD and save. Okay, now let me click on cancel here. I will refresh the page and then again we will try to add products to our code. Okay. Again, I will have to click on edit lines. From edit lines, I will click on add product. And now let's search for. Okay, now you can see I am able to add this product to my code. So I am going to select this product. Then I'm going to select and add more. The second product is this 1 year physical damage warranty. So I'm going to select this product. Select. Okay, now you can see I have added these two products, S21 plus and 1 year physical damage warranty. There are a lot of fields I have added here. Pricing method, quantity, list price. So whatever price we have added, that price will come as a list price. Then there are some discounting fields that I have not yet added here on this page. If we add some discount, then the net price can be different than our list unit price. Like if let me change the quantity to 2 here. So this net list price is again 150. The net total get changed to 300. Now, this is how the pricing work. Like whatever we define at the price book entry, that will come as a list unit price. Then definitely we have options to add additional discounts. We have automations to add discount, or we can add discount manually. And based on that, the final price would be calculated for our customer. For now, let's just move ahead with 2 quantity of S21 plus and 1 year 2 quantity of this physical damage warranty and save. Okay, now what is the next step from here? Your sales user has added these two products with these pricing. Now how the sales rep will generate a document? To generate a document, the sales rep will have to come here, generate document button. Here there are multiple templates. Sales rep can select any template. Then if they want to add some additional documents, they can also do it from here. And then they can just click on preview, or they can click on save an email. So let's click on preview first and see how a template will look like. Okay, so this is how a code template will look like. Let me download it and open it in a new tab. Okay, this is how a code template will look like. It will have a logo or branding of my company name, company address, information, basic information like account, document number, till when this code is valid. Then the bill to information of the customer. So the account that we have created, we have named it SV Tax of demo account. That is coming here. Billing address, we have not added. Primary contact, primary phone, email, same thing, we have not added. So that information is not coming. But this is how it will look. So it is based on the product family. I can see two different chart here, or two different table here. The first table is for hardware, where I can see all my hardware products. So I've only added one hardware product, Samsung S21 Plus, with the quantity of 2 and the pricing of 150 USD. So The extended price is $300. Same thing for my service table. I can see the service product I have added. 1 year physical damage warranty with unit price of 20 and then extended price of 40. And then I'm getting the quote total. How much the quote total or how much the total amount as a customer I have to pay. Then there are some legality terms and conditions. And then at the bottom, there is this signature block, effective date, name and title. Now, as of now, there is no integration with electronic signature platform. So I do not see signed for signature or electronic signature button here. But if I integrate my Salesforce with if I integrate my Salesforce CPQ with Adobe Sign or DocuSign, then there is one more option that I will be getting here to send the document for electronic signature. Okay, till here, as of now, quote has not been yet finalized. What sales rep has done, we have generated a document. We have forwarded that document to our customer. Now it is up to the customer whether he wants to proceed or whether he wants to continue with placing the order or not. If a customer agrees to buy the product, the next step would be here on opportunity level. What a sales rep will do, sales rep will mark this opportunity as closed one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mark this opportunity as closed one, and then I'm clicking on save. Okay, once this opportunity is closed one, there is this contracted checkbox on the opportunity level. Sales rep has to check this checkbox manually, or else what we can do, we can create a process builder or a flow that will automatically check this checkbox once this opportunity is closed one. So let's mark this checkbox true, contracted, click on save. And let me show you what will happen if I check this contracted checkbox. Okay. Once I check this contracted checkbox, a contract record has been generated. Let's go to account and see what changes have been done on the account level here. Okay, so if I go to related list on account, after checking the contracted checkbox, what I can see, this opportunity and quote was already there. One contract record has been generated, one asset record has been generated, and one subscription record has been generated. Now let's see what is the difference between this asset and subscription. So if you see this Samsung S21 Plus, this is a perpetual product. The customer only need to pay once and the product can remain with customer. So this is an asset type of product. And while contracting this opportunity, this product got converted to an asset. Same thing for subscription. This 1 year physical damage warranty was a subscription product. So once we contracted our opportunity, that particular product, 1 year physical damage product, that has been converted into a subscription on our account level. And what is this contract? You can say this contract record would only be created for subscription product, and it will contain the details of all the subscription products we have. It would have a contract start date, contract end date, all the subscription product that we have here. And then from here or from the contract level, we can renew our contract. We can amend our contract, like if customer has purchased 2 quantity of physical damage warranty, but after 6 months, he want to reduce the quantity to 1, then we can amend our contract from using this amend button. Now let's go back to our initial opportunity from which this quote has been created. Okay, so this was our quote. This is the initial opportunity. This opportunity will also have the products that we have on our quote level. So whatever product we have added on the quote level, and if we mark the quote as primary, all the products will transfer from the quote line to the opportunity product line. So on my quote, I have added these two products. So two quote lines has been generated. Samsung S21 one quote line for Samsung S21 Plus and another quote line for 1 year physical damage warranty. Once I mark this quote as primary, all these two products have been transferred or have been also added to my opportunity as well. Now, this we have one product set up as a renewal product and one product is a perpetual product. Perpetual product is a one-time product, like customer only needs to pay once and the product can remain with the customer. Okay, for this 1 year physical damage warranty, this needs to be renewed every year, or after 1 year, this product needs to be renewed. So how the renewal work in Salesforce CPQ? The renewal process starts from this contract. On this particular contract, there is this renewal checkbox forecast. If I check this renewal forecast checkbox, a renewal opportunity would be generated. Let me click save here. Ideally, when a sales rep will click renewal forecast at the time of when this contract end date. So this contract will end on 21st June of 2024. So sales rep could create renewal opportunity 1 month ago or 15 days before this contract ended. Again, we can set or we can specify a process builder or a flow that will update that particular field contract. That will check this renewal forecast checkbox. As soon as this renewal forecast checkbox is checked, let me check this checkbox, click on save. What I can see, a renewal opportunity is generated. By default, all the renewal opportunity that we generate from this renewal forecast checkbox, that opportunity will be generated with this name, renewal opportunity. We can again have to write some custom logic or create a process builder or flow to rename this opportunity. Okay. Now, if you see, as of now, only renewal opportunity has been created. There is no renewal quote. If we also want to generate a renewal quote, we have to check this renewal quoted checkbox as well. Now, why the reason there are two different checkboxes for renewal forecast and renewal quoted? The reason behind that, sometimes what an organization wants, they want as soon as a contract is generated, they want to generate a renewal opportunity just to make sure like they have a opportunity in their pipeline for forecasting only. So they can get to know, okay, we have these many renewal opportunity that would be renewed on a particular date and a certain amount of revenue can be expected from those opportunities. In that scenario, what those business will do, they will check this renewal forecast as soon as this particular contract is generated. But they don't want sales rep to start the quoting process till the actual end date, contract end date comes. So after 10 days or 15 days before this contract end date, the sales rep can again click this renewal quoted checkbox, or we can build an automation that will check this renewal quoted checkbox, and then the CPQ triggers and CPQ automation will fire or will run in backend and will create a renewal quote for this particular opportunity. So let me click on renewal quoted, click on save. Okay, as soon as I clicked on renewal quoted, let me click on refresh here. A renewal quote has been generated for our renewal opportunity. Now, if I go to my renewal product, it would have only one product, that would be that extended warranty, physical damage warranty. So let me click here. Okay, then let me click edit lines here. Okay. Okay, so what I can see only one product, 1 year physical damage warranty with the quantity of 2. Now from here, we have an advantage or leverage. Like if a customer wants to change the quantity to 4, we can do that. a customer wants to change the quantity to 1, we can do that. And then we can also add additional products from here. Like now a customer also want to purchase iPhone. Sorry. We can add any iPhone. So let's add iPhone 14 here. Select and then click on save again. Okay. Now the same thing will start. The same process will run again. Now what we have to do, we have to again, first thing, we have to generate a document, send that document to our customer. If a customer agrees or if customer signs that particular document, then again, we will come back to our opportunity. We'll mark this particular opportunity as closed one. And then we will check that contracted checkbox. Before checking the contracted checkbox, let's open the account. Let's go to related list and check the current information there. As of now, there is only one contract, one asset, and one subscription. Let's check this contracted checkbox on our renewal opportunity. Save. Okay, a new contract has been generated. If I go back to my account, click on refresh. What I can see here now is I can see two opportunities, two quotes, two contract, two asset. Two assets, one for S21 Plus and one for iPhone 14. Two subscriptions for this 1 year warranty. But if I click on view all, those will have a different start date and end date. First subscription has quantity of 2. Second subscription has quantity of 1. And then again, I can see a new contract with a start date of next year and end date of 2025. That again will have a related list of subscription where I can see 1 year physical damage warranty product. And the same cycle will start again. If I want to renew it again after 1 year, I have to use this renewal forecast and renewal quoted checkbox. And then the renewal opportunities and quote would be created again. So yeah, so this is how a typical CPQ lifecycle works in Salesforce CPQ. As of now, I have only given you an overview. There are a lot of functionalities that we have to build in the background to make this happen. But this is the most of it, that why the Salesforce CPQ is used. It is used to create accurate PDF documents, then to maintain renewals and amendment for our subscription product. Now let's come back to our PPT. Let me give you the quote line editor overview. Okay, so the quote line editor page is the page or is the location where your sales rep would be spending the most of the time to configure the products and bundles and create an accurate quote for your customer. So quote line editor allows users to see all the quote lines related to the quote and make changes across the entire quote or to an individual quote line. Now, how to open quote line editor? What we have to do, we have to go to quotes tab from our app launcher, open any quote, and then click on the edit line button from the top right corner of the quote record page. So that's what we have done. We have created a new quote, and to add product to our new quote, we have clicked on the edit lines button on the top of the quote record, and then this quote line editor page popped up. In this quote line editor page, primarily there are 3 sections. Section 1, this is section 2, and this is section 3. So let me show you on the quote level itself. So if I open any quote, click on this quote line, click on edit line. Then I can see 3 sections here. this section 1, section 2, and section 3. Okay, section 1 will have some button. Let's discuss all these section in detail. So the top section of the code line editor that contains several buttons that will help our sales user to create or configure the code. So on this page, we can add and remove these buttons. Like we can add or remove a button for to add products, calculate, delete lines, add groupings, quick save, reset discount, save and cancel. These all are standard CPQ buttons that we can add and remove from here. We can also create some custom buttons using Salesforce CPQ and add those buttons here as well. So if you look in my developer org, there is this view support plan button that is launching a screen flow, and that is showing the support plan related to a particular account. On this account, I do not have any support plan, so no information is showing. But if I add any support plan to my account, then I can add that or show that support plans here as well. So this is how, or these information will I will see on the first section of my code line editor. Now let's go to the second section. The second section is the code information that display the field from your code. And if we make any changes to these fields and then click on calculate or save, the changes will be applied to the complete code. And how do we add additional fields? So to add additional fields, what you have to do, we have to go to object manager, quote object, then go to the line editor field set and add or remove fields from there. So let's come back to our demo code. So I have this start date, end date, subscription term, approval required, contracting method on my code level. Like if I make any changes here to these fields, changes will be happen to the entire product, or sorry, entire code or all the code lines. Now let's do one thing. We have now not yet added any discounting field. So let's add a discounting field here and see how that discounting field will behave. Let me click on save. Okay, I have already contracted this, so might need to create a new one. So let's quickly create a new opportunity, and then we will create a code for that opportunity. So opportunity, I'm going to name it demo 2. Okay. Okay, opportunity is there now. Let's quickly create a code for it. Going to name it and save. Now let me go to edit object and add a discounting field on my code line editor. So to do that, what I have to do, I have to go to this code object in my object manager. Then I have to click on field set. I'll get this line editor field set here. If I click, okay, here I can see all the fields. Those are currently added. So if I click on edit line, I can see these 6 fields. Yeah. Start date, end date, subscription term, start date, end date, subscription term, approval required, contracting method, and expires on. All these fields. Let me remove this expires on and add additional discount field here. Click on save. Now let me click on cancel here. Hit refresh. And let's click on edit line again. Okay, now I can see this additional discount field added here. Let's quickly add any product. Let's add that S21 plus again. Okay, as soon as I add this product, okay, I can see $150. Now let's change the additional discount here to 20%. As soon as I changed or added additional discount here, what I can see the pricing has been changed to 120. If I have multiple product, let me remove the discount, add product. Let's add any product. Let's add iPhone 14. Okay. Let's add iPhone 14. Click on select. Okay. Let's again add a discount of 20% here. Okay, let's me. As of now, there is no discount. This product is S21 is 150 US dollar and this iPhone 14 is 2200 US dollar. If I add additional discount of 10%, this discount is applied to both of my product. So whatever changes I do on the fields here on this section number 2 or second section, those changes will apply to my entire code and all the code lines inside my code will get affected. These fields are coming from code object and that will regulate the functionality or regulate the behavior of all the code lines related to that particular code. Okay, so let me click on save here. Now let's review the section number 3. So the section number 3 displays all the code lines related to the code. The column shows the field from your code line and any changes made to these fields will only be applied to that individual code line. Okay, now same thing to add a column. Again, we have to go to object manager, but this time we have to go to the code line object and then click on line editor field set. So let me do one thing. Let me click on edit line again. So now we have the discounting field for our quote level. Like we have additional discount added on the quote level, but there is no discounting field here on the quote line level. So let's do one thing. What we are going to do, we are going to add a discounting field on the quote line level. So to do that, from our object manager, we will go to quote line object. From this quote line object, I'll click on field sets. Then I will click on this line editor field set. From this line editor field set, what we will do, let me add this additional discount here after the product name, or let me add it before the list unit price and save it. Now I'll do the same thing. I'll click on cancel here. I'll refresh. Again, I'm going to click on this edit line. Now I can see this additional discount here. As of now, let's remove the 10% discount. Okay, now if I add 10% discount here, what you can see, that discount only applies to this particular quote line. The, only for my Samsung S21 Plus. It does not affect anything for the total price of my iPhone 14 product. So yeah, that's the difference here. If I add any field here on the quote level or on the section 2, changes will apply across all my quote lines. But if I add any field as a column on my quote line, any changes to that field or that column will only affect that particular quote line. Let me click on save here. Now let's come back here. Okay, so the one more thing is quote line editor drawer. So quote line editor drawer is a collapsible drawer where you can add your quote line fields to prevent the excess horizontal scrolling. Now let me click on edit line again. As per your business requirement, there could be a lot of fields that your business wants to add as a column here. If you add 50 plus fields here as a column, it would be difficult for sales rep or any user to work on the particular quote line. They have to scroll endlessly to get or to review all those 50 fields. To get over these type of scenario, what Salesforce CPQ has provided, Salesforce CPQ has provided us this quote line editor drawer. What using this quote line editor drawer, what we can do, it would be a collapsible drawer. There would be a side facing arrow here. Here we will get a side facing arrow. If we click on that side facing arrow, this collapsible drawer will get open where we can add some additional fields. So ideally it is recommended to only show 7 to 8 columns in the quote line editor, and additional fields that we want for our quote lines that we can add to our quote line editor drawer. So, and then adding fields to the line editor drawer, again we have to do the same thing. Object manager, quote line object, we have to go to field sets and then update this standard line editor drawer field set. As of now, you can see I am not getting that side facing arrow for my collapsible drawer. The reason behind that, I am on my quote line, and that if I review this standard line editor drawer field set, I can see there are no fields that have been added to this line editor drawer. Once I start adding fields to my line editor drawer, I would be able to see those fields on my quote line editor page itself. So let me add any random fields and then click on save. So I have added 4 fields here. Now, if I click refresh here and click on edit line, okay. On the right, now I can see this collapsible arrow. If I click on it, this line editor drawer have been opened where I can see the fields that I have just added. Business partner, billing type, Coke type, and clear location, custom checkbox. Whatever fields I have added here in my standard line editor drawer field set, I'm able to see all those 4 fields here. And that would be available for all the quote lines. I can collapse the drawer for this particular quote line. Again, I can see these 4 fields. Now, let me again remove all these fields from here. Click on save. Let's click on cancel here. Refresh the page. Now, if I click on edit line here, okay, now I no longer see that collapsible arrow or side facing arrow to enable or collapse my quote line editor drawer. So this is it. This is all the topic. These were all the topics that we have planned for today's demo. Now I'm going to take a pause for questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
लास्ट तक 7 बजे after 4 तो मैंने सब बड़े उठते. हेलो सर.
Hi, Krishna.
जी सर. सर मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बात करूँ.
Okay.
सर मैं ये तो सर थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में है, न्यू है. मैं टोटल कोर्स से बिलोंग करता हूँ सर.
Okay.
तो ये सेल्स फोर्स करना सही रहेगा या इसमें कोई अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म, ये डाउट है मेरा.
Okay. So, do you have that basic understanding of admins, like Salesforce admin?
हाँ सर, थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में आ गया और एक दो बार प्रैक्टिस करने से हो जाएगा ये भी.
Okay. So, the CPQ is, I can say, like it is an in-demand technology. If you go to LinkedIn or any job portal, you will see there would be a lot of vacancies for CPQ and Revenue Cloud.
Yes sir.
So it would definitely help you in a longer run. If you don't want to, okay, how good you will say you are in coding?
Yes sir.
How good you are in coding?
सर मेरा तो कोडिंग में इतना आइडिया नहीं है, नॉलेज
Yes.
नहीं है.
So if you don't, so there are definitely two routes you can choose after doing the admin certification or after learning Salesforce admin. Either you can go to the core development side if you are very good at development. If you are
जी
not
सर.
good in development, then there are different packages and different technologies. Either you can go for CPQ, or you can go for Einstein Analytics, or you can go for FSL, or wherever your interest is.
जी सर.
I would suggest for CPQ because CPQ will, there is like zero coding in CPQ to configure all these setup. If you
Sure.
if you go for coding part, like if you go for LWC or any other tool to build these setup will take months. But using Salesforce CPQ, what you can do, you can implement all these functionality declaratively. You can
Sure.
use product rule, price rule. So there is no, like I could say 90% is declarative, point and click, and only 10% part is there where you will require coding. And that coding would be like basic HTML and some JavaScript for advanced calculation. So if
जी
you not that interested in going forward to the development part, I would definitely suggest to go for CPQ. If you're not CPQ, then you can go for any other like FSL or any other technology. But yeah, CPQ is in demand technology and will remain in demand because now what Salesforce has introduced in 2020, December 2020, Salesforce has introduced Salesforce billing itself. That billing is an add-on with Salesforce CPQ, and in this particular course, we are also going to cover billing as well.
सर.
Now, earlier, what organizations were doing, they were using Salesforce as a CRM, and then they are using additional application like NetSuite and any other ERP tool where they are taking payments from the, or where they are collecting payments from their customer, generating invoice, generating sales order, all those kind of stuff were doing in different system. But after the Salesforce billing, most of the organizations, what they have started using Salesforce as a complete lead to cash platform. So they are using Salesforce to create quotes. They are using Salesforce to create invoices, and then they are using Salesforce to collect payment from their customer as well. So if you see now, there would be a lot of openings in Revenue Cloud after the introduction of billing as well. So there would always be a good opportunity to switch from your current domain to Salesforce CPQ. It is not hard to understand. Like in 1 month, you would become an expert in Salesforce CPQ, and then you can appear for any interview and then start working if you get and for sure, like whatever we learn in 1 week, this 1 month, you would be able to crack Salesforce CPQ interview. And then once you start learning or once you start working in a project, the more you work, the more confident you will get in Salesforce CPQ.
सर.
Okay.
Sir, actually, question what I get uh, mine. Hello.
Yes, Sanjay, I am able to hear you.
Yeah, he is a friend of mine. He is into a coal line completely.
Okay.
Means he is working in electrical equipment,
Okay.
where part, erection part, So he don't have any sort of knowledge in IT
Okay.
or any idea about IT, how resume means IT people working, how what are the tools they are using. So he don't have any knowledge sort of in laptop working. Okay.
Okay.
So he is completely new and he want to switch his career from core line to IT line.
Okay.
And you are the first trainer whom he met.
Okay.
So he don't know Salesforce admin,
Oh,
Salesforce CPQ. He don't know completely. So will he go for the Salesforce as a core line?
so
Uh,
if he does not
exactly.
understand like admin,
That,
what I would suggest, like go for admin first, because
yeah. What
for
is
C
admin? He don't know what is admin, what is the CPQ, what is billing.
okay.
So these are the things you need to little bit elaborate and talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I got that. But what I'm saying, this particular what I say learning path that we have designed, we have not included the admin part here in this learning path.
Do you provide admin?
Yeah, we can provide, I can provide admin training, but that we have to go through, or he has to go separately.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He need to complete the admin, then he need to go for CPQ
Correct.
as he not
Yeah.
into coding. So admin and CPQ he should focus right now.
Correct. Admin, if he don't want to get the complete training, if he knows basic of admin, then also he can go for CPQ. But again, I would suggest before going to CPQ, like you should be good with Salesforce admin.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What about you? Are you comfortable with admin
Yeah.
or okay?
My question is, I am working a little bit. I have an idea about Salesforce CPQ.
Okay.
Is what are the syllabus you are covering?
Okay. So let me show you that. I have kept it open. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So there would be total 40 plus classes or 40 plus sessions. So this course is for 40 hours.
Okay.
These are the topics, like first one would be the introduction. Then I'll start from the day 3. So first we are going to cover the different type of products in CPQ. So there are majorly 6 different type of products that we are going to cover. Then
Yeah.
we are,
Bundle, not bundle. These are the
yeah, bundle product, usage based product, perpetual product,
yeah.
subscription product, MDQ product. Those type of products we are going to cover. Then we are going to take a deep dive into pricing method
Yeah.
and prorate precision.
Mm,
After prorate precision, we will switch to bundle configuration.
okay.
After bundle configuration, we will go to twin fields and attributes.
Okay.
After twin fields and attribute, we will go for option constraint. Then we will see how the nested bundle and configuration code work. Then we will look for summary variable and the product rule, alert, validation, and filter. And then day 11, we are going to take a look on selection product rule and price rules. Day 12, we will take a deep dive into lookup queries. And so lookup queries used with both product rule and price rule. So first, we will create individual or separate product rules and price rule. And once we get an idea of lookup query, we will start using lookup queries to combine similar product rules and price rules. Day 13, we will take a look on custom actions. Then 14, we will take a look on guided selling. Then we will go for discount schedule, contracted price, code template, code document generation. Day 19, we will come to renewals. Then we will review amendment, how amendment work in Salesforce CPQ. Then day 21, we will look on order management and pricing waterfall. Day 22, like we will see the legacy data migration and CPQ deployment. How so this legacy data and CPQ deployments, if you are aware, like we cannot use normal change set to deploy CPQ changes, or there is no existing tool or existing tool that can transfer both metadata and records. So how do we deploy Salesforce CPQ changes? That we are going to take a look on day 22. Day 23, we are going to take a look how do we integrate Adobe Sign with Salesforce CPQ. Then day 24, we are going to take a look on advance approval. So as I told earlier as well, Salesforce CPQ provide an additional package for approvals that is called as advance approval. So we are going to take a look how that package work, or how do we configure that package and utilize that particular package. Then we can use CPQ. Day 25, we are going to check CPQ plugins. So there are some additional functionality, or there are some functionality that we cannot do using the standard point and click configuration. So to utilize those functionality, we have to use CPQ plugins. So that we are going to take a look on day 25. Day 26, once we complete all these advanced topic, then we will come back to this package setting overview in detail. So whatever the package settings are, we are going to review each and every package setting again in detail. Then day 27, we are going, so there are some special fields. How or why do we configure those special fields that we are going to discuss on day 27. Day 28, so there is a mini project that I will be giving to you. So I have worked on like 5+ projects and till now. So what I have done, I have created a mini project for you guys. So where I would be giving you some real life business scenario that you have to implement in your business org, or not, that you have to implement in your developer org. So there would be 2 sessions for that mini project. The first session would be a discovery session where I would be showing you the BID document, and us we would have just a normal discovery session, like where I would be acting as a client and you would be acting as a CPQ consultant. And then in the next session, we would review the solution design that you have built in your developer org. And then day 30, we would have this. So I have planned, or I have some MCQ questions that I can share with you if you are planning for CPQ consultant, or not, CPQ specialist certification. So that certification discussion or certification help, you can say, we have planned for the last day of our CPQ. That would be the day 30. Once we complete the CPQ part, the next part of our revenue cloud is billing. So we will move forward to billing. This billing is an add-on to CPQ that and does not have that much topic to cover. Like CPQ is vast. We have a lot of topics to cover in CPQ. But when we come to billing, there are some limited topics that we are going to cover. So the first session would be the overview of billing. Next section would be how do we set up accounting for Salesforce billing. Then what is GL rule and billing rule. Then tax rules, how the revenue recognition works in billing. How do we generate invoice? What is invoice scheduler? Then we are going to review like payments and invoice adjustment. Then this credit cancellation and refund. Then how do we collect payment automatically or electronic payment gateway through payment gateway, that we are going to cover in day 40. Day 41 would be invoice document generation. So there is again this managed package called Conga Composer. We are going to integrate this Conga Composer with our Salesforce billing, and we will generate invoice using this package. And then again, there would be a mini project discovery session for Salesforce billing. And in the last day, there would be the solution design review for that mini project. And then if you are planning to go for Revenue Cloud Consultant certification, then we would have a small discussion for that Revenue Cloud certification as well. So yeah, this is the pretty much syllabus that we are going to cover in next 40 days.
Okay.
Okay.
And can you tell me the timing? This is timing will be continue or?
Yeah, the same timing will continue 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. daily, starting from Monday. If you want, yeah, you can discuss with SV Techsoft and they can come up with some alternate if this doesn't work for you.
Okay. And what is the interview means like if I am preparing for that?
Okay.
So what are sort of interview and what sort of opportunity there. Actually, I will show 1 year experience.
Okay.
So, what are the packages and what are the companies and what are the opportunity will be there?
Okay. So you will show 1 year experience in CPQ, right?
Yeah, one as per your thought, what your tech means. I am already working as a
Okay.
CPQ data management role
Okay.
since 1.5 year.
Okay.
For 1.5 year.
Yeah, yeah, you can definitely show that experience, and you can say you have been working as a CPQ specialist or CPQ admin for 1.5 year. You
But
can
I am
state that.
not working na. So if the company will loaded with the work, I
Okay.
could able to deliver. There will be some implication.
Right. Let me stop recording here. Just give me
Yeah.
1 minute.